Alright YouTube, this is Mel out Mel's place. It's been a real cool cloudy day. 72 or 3 degrees is the high today, and here in June. And well, the weekend after Mother's Day, I'd hunted it down for a while. I got permission and had all the stuff lined up and found me a lawnmower I wanted to share with y'all. I'm kind of proud of this. It's not a beauty, but I'd say it's a cutie. We've got what is either a very late 41, or actually is a very late 41, probably sold as a 42 BN Farmall, and it's kind of rough. It's face only a mother could love, but I'm excited about this thing right here. She's find the casting codes, the two easiest to find ones here on the block. 1020K, which is October 20 of 41. Back over here on the transmission, we've got the very same one. She didn't come with the starter handle, and one of the tabs is broken. Yours is broken on the holder, but that's on my project list. Serial number does show her a couple hundred from the end of the 41 list. I think the numbers were shared for the A, the B, and the BN, but she's a BN. She's got the BN serial number. The seat is right up against the fender, seat bracket's right up against the fender. She's not perfect by any stretch. Somebody's painted her with a broom, I think, somewhere along the way, but got the ignition switch here. I had to replace that right after I ran it the first time down here. That shorted out, but that needs fixing. The tab is here for the correct one. I'll get that eventually. The guy that had it before me did convert it, and he said I might have the generator, but he either didn't have it or didn't want to let me have it when it got up there, or when I got up there. I do have the front wheel weights. They are off of it right now. I OCD'd that a little bit. They 3 bolts on each one, and one of them only had 2, and I can't stand that, so I took them off. I'll get them cleaned up and back on. Came with this Woods belly mower. It was painted black, but I've used it a few times, and it's showing its correct colors here. The guards are missing off of it. First thing I did when I got home, 9 hours later, it came out of Southwest Pennsylvania. My wife grew up in Pittsburgh, and we were visiting, and I found it, and had an uncle actually close by that went and looked at it, and when he told me he figured that for the price he'd pick it up if he had any time to mess with it, I figured it was worth it. She runs real well. Changed the oil in the air filter right after I got it. Yesterday I finally got the filter. It's an early 113 block, so it's got the taller oil filter. I got it changed. Somehow or the other, the person, probably before they painted it, you can see the paint line there. The last person that did that had 2 gaskets in it. I like to never got the lower one out. But she runs good, and like I said, for the money I've got tied up in her, I could part it out, I think, and come out way ahead. Sheet metal's a little beat up, a little rusty, pitted. The grill, though, I've seen a bunch of them with grills that looked a lot worse than this one. It's been kicked over a little bit, but and I don't know whether it always was a coil or he converted it, but he's stuffed the coil up here and tied it to the side of the block. I don't know what he was doing there, but that's where it is. I'll get it put where it's supposed to be eventually. I guess I'll keep it as a coil, and I'll probably keep it 12 volt, but I really hate the way these alternators look, and I'll dig around and find me or rebuild a Delco 12-volt alternator to put on it. Totally incorrect lights in completely the wrong place, but I do still have the jam bolts to hold the light bars in here, and it does have the bracket for the rear light, so I think it had lights. They just got gone somewhere along the way. Tires are there, they're a little dry rotted, and you'll find a chunk out of a piece of them. Does have the rear rates too. Unfortunately they're loaded, and for mowing grass I don't really want that, but that's where I'm stuck right now. But the rears, you got 1 or 2 bars that have mess like this going on. They might last a year, they might be flat tomorrow, but front's got a little dry rot, but are in really good shape as far as tread and all. So that's it. I just want to share it with you. It's been fun so far. I just pulled the plug out of the transmission and looked at that, and that will be tomorrow afternoon's project. I have got to switch that oil out. It looks like a really fancy Starbucks sweetened and milked up coffee. I mean, it's just full of water, so I've got to get that fixed. But there she is. I'll get on here in just a second, start her to put her up, and I guess I'll be doing some projects with this here. I'll get some video of it mowing, and I've got to put a seal, and this started this after I got it home, or started dripping like it did after I got it home. The seal at the rear of the worm gear and the front end's out. This has been off. There's a cotter pin in the universal joint, which I don't know if you can see it there, but some of my play in the front end's coming from that cotter pin. A little bit of it's coming from this probably incorrectly sized roll pin here, and there's a little bit in the universal joint, and it's not awful. You can keep it in the road in 4th gear, but it does need a little tightening up. Anyway, thanks for watching YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment, especially if you know how to get this worm gear out. I think I figured it out, but if somebody knows the secret, I believe I've got to pull the grill off, and then I can get to that bearing nut in there and it all comes out the front. But if there's a trick to it and y'all know it, share it with me. Thanks for watching again. Talk to y'all later. Alright, we do want to get this start here for you, let you listen to it run. I'm gonna park it here behind the little wash house. I accidentally learned the other day it will start in gear. I knew that, but I got distracted and forgot.